Good morning, everyone. It's truly an honor to be here today at the Critical Infrastructure Summit in Dubai, a city that is well known for its modern infrastructure and big vision. I'd like to thank the organizers for the opportunity to speak today. My name is Dina Dweik. I'm an associate director at TBH, a leading consultancy specializing in projects delivery. Over the years, we've been engaged in so many infrastructure projects like airports, railways, power plants, data centers, and many more across the region and beyond. Today, I'll be sharing some practical thoughts on building resilient infrastructure by mitigating project delays using one of the most overlooked yet powerful skill we have, which is communication. Before we can look at how to avoid delays and how to manage delays, we need to understand the common causes of delays in infrastructure projects. I'm sure many of us have worked in a project where site offices were established, resources were mobilized, but the design was not ready. Incomplete design is very critical and it causes delays from the outset of the project, and it has a domino effect on everything that follows. And what makes things even worse is poor project planning. As a planner, I cannot emphasize enough on the importance of having working program from the beginning of the project and to maintain monitoring and controlling of the program to make sure that the project is properly planned. Another key challenge is the delay in supply chain processes, because if equipment and material are not available, work cannot be performed. Also, we have some external uncertainties, external factors such as delays in permits and approvals, unexpected site conditions that could influence and delay our projects. And these are really common in infrastructure projects because they involve a lot of stakeholders. Also, lack of resources, especially skilled laborers and workers, can be very challenging because if laborers and workers are not available, no one will be performing the work. Now that we have looked at the common causes of delays, the question becomes, how do we manage them? How can we avoid delays? While we cannot control external factors such as supply chain and permits, we can control how we react, how we respond to these. And it all starts with having an effective and solid communication plan. So what does a communication plan mean? A communication plan is a structured approach that outlines how information will be shared among project teams and stakeholders. It defines who needs to communicate, what information should be shared, when and how often communication should happen, and the methods or tools used to make sure that everyone is informed and aligned throughout the project lifecycle. Let us now explore how can we develop an effective communication plan. What are the key elements and the key steps that should be considered in developing a communication plan? It all starts with identifying stakeholders. We need to understand who can influence our project. It can be the project teams, it can be government entities, or even people living around the project site can influence our project. So they are stakeholders, and it's very essential to understand their needs and their influence as well in order to be able to deal with them and to manage their expectations. Next, we need to define the communication objectives. This means clarifying what the communication plan is aiming to achieve. We then move to select the communication channels. It's important to determine how information will be shared. Is it through letters, emails, or any other form of communication? And to this point, we also need to establish the frequency and the timing of communication. Is it going to be a daily report or a weekly report? Are we meeting bi-weekly or monthly? And so on. Lastly, it's very important to assign roles and responsibilities by clearly defining who communicates what, when, and to whom. So far, we have defined the communication plan, and we've looked at the key elements and steps to develop an effective one. Let us now look at some practical strategies to improve coordination and communication among project teams. It starts with early and ongoing engagement. By involving the stakeholders from the beginning of the project and maintaining that engagement, we create a shared ownership of the project. In addition, fostering collaboration using tools like workshops and open workspaces helps break silos and encourage real-time problem solving. Another important strategy is using formalized protocols and procedures. This ensures everyone is aligned and reduces any room for miscommunication. We also believe that building trust and aligning incentives plays a crucial role in motivating teams and encouraging transparency. To support this further, utilizing visual tools such as charts and dashboards help clarify any complex information. Finally, encouraging open dialogue and feedback creates a safe environment for continuous improvement and conflict resolution. As we wrap up, one final piece to building a resilient infrastructure project is the ability to resolve conflicts and disagreements, because no matter how well we plan or how well we communicate, disagreements will happen. So to manage conflicts, teams need a few key skills. First and foremost is active listening. Not just hearing words, but truly understanding the message behind them. Equally important is applying problem-solving techniques to tackle the root cause of any problem rather than the symptoms. Next is maintaining neutrality and objectivity, which helps keep discussions focused and fair, especially in tense situations, which are very common in infrastructure projects. Finally, negotiation and mediation skills ensure that compromises are reached and all voices are acknowledged. As I mentioned earlier, at TBH, we've worked on so many infrastructure projects across different stages of projects. In some cases, we were involved from the very beginning, where we were supporting our clients in establishing solid baseline programs and promoting solution-focused approach through regular workshops and meetings. We maintained clear communication throughout the project, which helped in resolving issues early and avoiding disputes. All of this ultimately led to successful settlements. That's all from me today. Thank you a lot for listening